China is building things so huge that many believe the country is already living 100 years ahead of the rest of the world.
From bridges hanging above massive canyons to AI-controlled construction sites, the projects you are about to see are almost impossible to believe. And trust me, the last few will absolutely blow your mind. One of the wildest projects leading this race is the Huajiang Canyon Bridge.
This bridge is not just another giant structure. It is set to become the highest bridge on Earth.
Imagine driving across a bridge suspended more than 2,000 feet above the canyon floor.
That is taller than many skyscrapers around the world. The location itself made construction feel almost impossible.
Instead of giving up, Chinese engineers created an entirely different system.
They used giant cable cranes that stretched across the canyon, like mechanical spiders hanging in the sky. These cable systems carried enormous steel trusses, weighing thousands of tons, and placed them with incredible precision. One mistake could have destroyed months of work, yet the positioning was unbelievably accurate.
The bridge is reportedly equipped with smart cables capable of detecting stress and structural changes in real time.
Basically, the bridge can monitor its own health. China already owns the previous record for the highest bridge too.
It is almost like they are competing against themselves at this point.
Speaking of impossible speed, let us talk about Mini Sky City. This project completely stunned the internet when videos started circulating online.
Basically, the bridge can monitor its own health. China already owns the previous record for the highest bridge too. The secret behind this insane speed was modular construction.
Instead of building everything on site from scratch, huge portions of the building were prefabricated in factories beforehand.
Instead of giving up, Chinese engineers created an entirely different system.
Once delivered to the construction site, workers assembled the entire structure almost like giant building blocks.
What is even more shocking is that this method does not necessarily reduce quality.
These modular buildings are designed to withstand earthquakes and harsh weather conditions.
The company behind Mini Sky City even announced plans for a much taller skyscraper using similar techniques.
They are talking about structures reaching more than 200 floors.
At that point, it feels like they are trying to race against time itself.
Now here comes one of the strangest and most impressive engineering stories ever. China literally made an entire building complex walk.
This section here needs revised load-bearing calculations. I agree. The structural integrity relies on the material specs.
This complex had historical value, so engineers came up with an idea that sounded completely ridiculous at first.
They decided to move the entire structure. They physically lifted the whole thing and slowly walked it away. Yes, you heard that correctly. The building walked. Thousands of tiny robotic supports were placed underneath the structure.
These supports lifted the enormous weight and moved in synchronized steps, inch by inch.
They were carrying the building safely to another location, while underground work continued beneath its original foundation.
And you really have to appreciate the creativity here. Now let us move to the mountains.
The Keila Power Station is one of the most ambitious renewable energy projects on the planet. Built in a high-altitude region with freezing temperatures, brutal winds, and difficult terrain. This facility combines hydroelectric power with massive solar farms to create one giant clean energy machine. The sheer size of this project is difficult to understand. Vast fields of solar panels stretch across the landscape.
The company behind Mini Sky City even announced plans for a much taller skyscraper using similar techniques.
What makes this even more impressive is the environment. Temperatures in the area can drop far below freezing. Construction workers and machinery had to operate under extremely harsh conditions, yet China pushed forward anyway.
This is where China's long-term strategy becomes clear. The country is not only building for today,
It is preparing infrastructure for decades into the future. Renewable energy is becoming a huge priority. And speaking of futuristic buildings, the Fosun Foundation Cultural Center in Shanghai might be one of the most visually mesmerizing structures ever built. At first glance, the building already looks impressive, but then something strange happens. The exterior begins moving, slowly, gracefully, almost hypnotically. The structure uses what architects call a kinetic facade. Layers of bronze-colored tubes rotate around the building in coordinated motion, creating the appearance of flowing curtains.
At night, the movement becomes even more dramatic under illuminated lights.
The craziest part is how subtle the movement feels. If you stare at the building for only a few seconds, you might not even notice it changing.
But look away and return a moment later, and the entire structure appears different.
Now prepare yourself, because this next project is absolutely wild. China is building one of the world's largest offshore airports.
The Dalian Jinzhuan Airport is not being built on land. It is being built on an artificial island created specifically for the airport itself.
Engineers have spent years reclaiming land from the sea to create enough space for massive runways, terminals, and transportation systems.
Systems. Building an airport on water presents enormous engineering challenges. Waves, saltwater corrosion, shifting seabeds, and
When fully completed, this offshore airport will become one of the largest of its kind in the world.
The Dalian Jinzhuan Airport is not being built on land. It is being built on an artificial island created specifically for the airport itself. The Yangkou Dam project could become one of the most revolutionary construction experiments ever attempted. Instead of relying heavily on human labor, engineers plan to use autonomous machines controlled by AI systems. Bulldozers, trucks, rollers, and cranes will coordinate their movements automatically, while giant 3D printing systems construct portions of the dam layer by layer.
Human supervision will still exist, but much of the physical work could happen autonomously.
This approach could dramatically reduce construction time while improving efficiency and precision. If successful, it may completely transform how future megastructures are built around the world.
And honestly, the thought of giant AI-powered machines constructing enormous dams with minimal human involvement feels both exciting and slightly terrifying.
Another technology widely used in China is self-climbing formwork systems. These enormous mechanical systems surround skyscrapers during construction and gradually climb upward as each floor is completed.
Hydraulics push the structure higher while workers continue pouring concrete and assembling floors inside the moving framework.
From a distance, it almost looks like a giant robot consuming the building as it rises into the sky.
The efficiency gains are enormous because workers can repeat floor layouts quickly without constantly rebuilding scaffolding.
China's skyline expansion would be far slower without these systems.
Now here comes another insane innovation. High-speed rail track laying, powered by automation.
China has built the largest high-speed rail network on Earth, and maintaining that pace requires extraordinary efficiency.
Specialized machines now handle much of the rail laying process automatically.
Massive equipment positions tracks, secures fasteners, aligns rails, and transports materials with minimal human intervention. AI systems help coordinate the process, while sensors ensure precision alignment. The result is astonishing speed. Kilometers of track can be completed rapidly while maintaining high accuracy standards. And honestly, China's rail network itself already feels futuristic.
Let us go underground, because China's tunnel boring machines are absolute monsters.
These gigantic machines carve through mountains and earth to create tunnels for highways, rail systems, and subways. Some are so massive they can create multi-lane tunnels in a single pass.
And honestly, China's rail network itself already feels futuristic. Instead of shutting down busy roads, engineers often build entire bridge sections beside the roadway first. Once construction is complete, giant hydraulic systems rotate the finished bridge into place. Next, we have robots laying bricks, because yes, China has automated that too.
Bricklaying robots can place bricks rapidly and accurately with far less fatigue than human workers.
And then there are robotic plastering systems. Machines now smooth walls with remarkable speed and consistency. It genuinely feels like the country is testing ideas from the next century in real time. So what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because I really want to hear your opinion on this.